Gratitude. On this beautiful, beautiful Sunday, like I always say, may you find peace, love, mental health. Mental health. I just listened to that bit. It is crucial for me, I think. Yes, I am listening to a bird right now. Let me see if I could flip on. The bird is actually there. Just listening to this bird. I don't even know what to say at this moment. I am hearing this bird speak again. And I'm just saying this because when we talk about mental illness, so today I'm on this meditative jog and just stopping and just walking this thing off right about here. It is amazing the healing that I've gotten just because of this. Days I just want to come down here and just be by myself. I think our concrete jungle sometimes doesn't allow us to sit still, especially in our corporate world. We have to climb a lot of ladders, and it's not many people that are good at climbing the ladders. I really think it's time we bring the awareness of mental illness into our offices, buildings, into our jobs. I like what I'm seeing over here. Pointing the camera to it. I am truly, truly grateful this morning. Mental illness, a lot of it also comes from lack of confidence, the feeling of self-worthlessness. And those feelings are all just delusional because nobody is worthless. One of the ways that I've cured depression years ago was through my running. And during those things, I've learned how to be by myself a lot of reading. And a lot of the things, a lot of time when we think we have mental illness, it is just our thought process. A lot of the things that we talked about, a lot of the things that we do to ourselves. One of the key things to healing mentally is getting hold of our addiction. When you look at many people that have this mental illness, an addiction is involved. And in order for us to cure those mental illness, first we have to get rid of the addiction. For some, they might not realize it. It could be food. For some, it could be anything. It could be, I don't want to say sex, but you never know. But mainly our chemical substance and what we put in our mouth has a lot to do with it. Because there's also a certain segment of sex that can actually heal you. That's the thing about sex. Sex actually has its own healing. And so is masturbation, that many of you don't like to talk about. So when it comes to sex, healing mental illness, if you are not open-minded, you will truly never understand it. So those are the things right there. But when it comes to our chemical imbalance, like the stuff that we eat, they're more onto the addictive side than moderation. It is very crucial to learn moderation. And moderation isn't that easy. And I think self-care too. I am going to maneuver over here. Self-care is a form of vacation. You don't have to travel thousands of miles to go on a vacation. You can just find a little trail at the back of your house and go on a vacation. Yes. Being alone, find a safe trail. a trail that you know is safe. Just being out here alone is a vacation. Just be out here and getting nature. Being in nature is a vacation. This is healing. This makes you realize. This made me realize that it is okay to have negative thoughts. You can't always be positive all the time. And the whole ideology of negative thoughts is when we are saying, oh, negative this, negative that, that is one not learning the whole ideology of imperfection. Mental illness also too, it is time to stop looking at designs, and I mean designer clothes, to be advocate for mental illness. Every time you see somebody talking about mental illness and what it can do, they have to wear a certain dress, they have to have a certain codon, but it isn't that isn't the case. Mental illness is just all about, a lot of it has to do with our religious belief systems. We are in a modern day era that conflicts with a lot of our spiritual belief system, even though we don't want to accept it. Science have given us so many things, so much joy, and it also has its good and bad side. And to that, a lot of us growing up, we were not taught about emotions, how to control it. I, for one, this is what ended my soccer career. Up to my 20s, late 20s, I get really emotional, cry a lot. And that was just because I never left my little baby, 8-year-old, 6-year-old of me. And what it is also, a lot of the trauma that we carry from our pre-teen years, we never thought it will follow us into our 40s. So because of that, we bring shame into it, because society has taught us that we have to reach this age and you're matured. And another thing also is we need to pass skin color. Skin color is cultural background is still being looked upon so seriously. When it comes to mental illness, addiction, this thing don't care where the biscuit you're from. It doesn't care what background you have, what job you have, and that whole delusion, just because you're a CEO, you sit in a 50 billion mansion, doesn't mean you cannot have an addiction or you cannot have mental illness. That is just so not so true as being human, because at the end of the day, we all breathe in the same air. This has to do with the brain, the uniqueness of the brain. The way I look at life, I think the brain is just like walking forward and walking backwards. If you do not train your brain how to move backwards, you just will not know how to do it. And I think that's just the way life is. We have so many people, a lot of genius people. They can do math like anything else, but the side of the brain that creates balance isn't just not there. So those things, we have to really look deep into it. I've had a beautiful life. I truly embrace this whole universe. I've had the opportunity to be on the rich side, then also be on what they call the poor side. When I fall off the ladder like anyone else, I was really amazed. Just to be able to deal with society called failure is actually hard.